Have you ever been asked a very simple question, but your mind suddenly goes empty? Someone smiles at you and asks, "So, what do you do in your free time?" And you freeze. You know the answer in your heart. You live that life every day, but the English words hide from you. They disappear. Today, we are going to change that feeling, slowly and kindly. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast channel. I'm James, and I'm very happy you are here with us today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Amelia. And James, I love how you started. That moment you described feels so real. A small question, but a big silence inside. Many learners tell me, Amelia, I know English words, but when I speak, nothing comes out. And today's topic, talking about free time, is perfect because free time is personal. It's warm. It's human. It's not about big grammar rules. It's about life.
Exactly, Amelia. Free time is where we relax. It's where we breathe. It's where we become ourselves. And when we can talk about our free time in English, conversations suddenly feel easy. They feel friendly. Today, we will not rush. We will speak slowly. We will repeat ideas and we will tell small stories, just like real people do.
Yes, and dear listeners, please remember something important. You do not need a big life to speak good English. You do not need exciting hobbies. Even simple free time is beautiful. Drinking tea, walking alone, listening to music, watching the sky, all of this can become good English when you speak with feeling.
That's a powerful point, Amelia. Let me ask you something, and listeners, listen carefully. Amelia, when someone asks you, "What do you do in your free time?" what do you usually say?
I smile first because that question gives me space. Then I say, in my free time, I like slow things. I like reading simple books. I like sitting near a window. Sometimes I do nothing, and that is also free time. And James, when I speak like this, I feel calm. English feels like a friend, not a test.
I love that. English should feel like a friend. And listeners, today we will practice that feeling together. We will learn how to start, how to continue, how to add feeling, and how to end your answers smoothly. By the end of this podcast, you will not fear this question anymore. You might even enjoy it.
So take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and stay with us because this journey is not fast, it's gentle, and it's for you.
Let me tell you a small story. A learner once told me, "James, my free time is boring. I only stay at home." And I asked, "What do you do at home?" He said, "I sit, I think, I watch people from my window." And I said, "That is not boring. That is life." The problem was not his free time. The problem was how he saw it.
That story touches my heart. Many people think English is only for exciting lives, travel, big jobs, big stories. But real English lives in small moments, in free time moments. And when we speak about them honestly, people listen.
So, listeners, if your free time feels small, that's okay. Small does not mean empty. Small can be deep. Let's practice together. Amelia, imagine someone asks you again, "What do you do in your free time?" But this time, answer slowly, like you are telling a secret.
Okay, I'll try. In my free time, I like quiet moments. After a long day, I make a cup of tea. I sit down, I open a book, even if I only read 2 pages. That time makes me feel safe. You see, James, I'm not using big words. I'm using feeling.
And that is the key. Feeling before grammar, meaning before speed. Listeners, notice how Amelia used simple sentences, short pauses, natural flow. You don't need to say everything at once. You can breathe between ideas.
Yes, and another thing, you don't need to say I like again and again. You can say I enjoy, or I usually, or I often spend my free time. These are small changes, but they make your English sound alive.
Let's slow it down even more. Listeners, imagine this. Someone asks you that question. Don't panic. Start with time. Say, "In my free time." That's a safe door. Then walk inside slowly. Add one thing, then another. That's all.
And if you forget a word, that's okay. You can describe it. English is flexible. Free time is free. Your English can be free too.
Beautifully said, Amelia. And listeners, stay with us because next we will talk about how free time connects to feelings, and that's where your English becomes powerful. Free time is not only about what you do, it's about how you feel when you do it. And this is where many learners become quiet because feelings are hard to explain, even in our own language. But today, we will make it easy.
Yes, James, feelings do not need difficult words. You don't need excited, thrilled, or overwhelmed. You can say, it makes me happy, or it helps me relax. Simple feelings are strong.
Let me try. In my free time, I like walking alone in the evening. When I walk, my mind becomes quiet. The noise of the day slowly disappears. That time makes me feel calm and clear. Amelia, that wasn't perfect English, but it was real.
And real English is the best English. Listeners, did you hear how James connected action and feeling? He didn't just say, I walk. He said how it changes him. That's storytelling.
Exactly. Storytelling is not about long stories. It's about connection. One action, one feeling. That's enough. Let's practice again, together. Imagine your free time. Maybe you watch videos. Maybe you cook. Maybe you sit quietly. Now add one feeling, just one. It makes me feel. That sentence can change everything.
And remember, there is no right or wrong free time. Your free time is yours, and your English should respect that.
Sometimes free time is also about rest, and rest is important. You can say, in my free time, I rest my mind. That is beautiful English.
Listeners, notice how we are not rushing. This is how real conversations happen. Slowly, kindly, with space.
And when you speak like this, people feel close to you. They don't judge your grammar, they listen to your heart.
Now, let's imagine a real conversation. You meet someone new, maybe at work, maybe online. They ask, what do you do in your free time? You answer, then what?
Yes, Amelia. Conversation does not stop with one answer. It flows. And today, we will learn how to keep it flowing, gently.
You can add small details, not too many, just enough. For example, on weekends, I spend my free time with my family. We talk, we laugh, we eat together. That invites the other person to respond.
And you can ask back. That's very important. Conversation is like passing a ball. You speak, then you pass. You can say, what about you? Or how do you spend your free time?
Exactly. English becomes easy when it becomes shared, not a performance, not a test.
Listeners, I want you to imagine this. You are not trying to impress anyone. You are just sharing a moment. That thought can remove fear.
And fear is the biggest enemy of speaking.
Yes, but today, fear is not invited. Today, English is gentle.
And as we move towards the end of our journey today, I want listeners to remember one thing. Free time is your story, and your story matters.
We started today with silence, with that frozen moment, and now I hope you feel something different. Maybe not perfect confidence, but a small light.
That small light is enough. English grows slowly, like a plant. You water it with patience.
In your next conversation, when someone asks you about your free time, smile, take a breath, and speak slowly. You are not late. You are not behind. You are learning.
And we are proud of you, truly.
Thank you for spending your free time with us today.
Yes, thank you for listening, for learning, and for believing in yourself.
This is James
And this is Amelia.
from the English Learning Podcast channel.
See you in the next episode. Keep speaking, keep feeling, and enjoy your free time in English.
Sometimes, when we hear the words free time, we imagine going outside, traveling, meeting people, doing something special. But for many of us, free time happens at home, and that is completely okay. In fact, home free time is where real stories live.
Yes, James, I want listeners to hear this clearly. Staying at home does not mean doing nothing.
Home is a world, and English can describe that world beautifully with very simple words.
Let me try to describe my free time at home. In my free time, I usually stay at home. I clean a little, I make some food. Sometimes I sit on the sofa and watch something easy. When I do this, my body feels relaxed. My mind feels slow. Amelia, that sounds very normal, right?
Very normal and very human. Listeners, notice something important. James didn't try to sound smart. He didn't say too much. He just described real moments. That's what people connect with.
And if someone asks you more questions, you can answer slowly. For example, they might say, "What do you like to watch?" You don't need a long answer. You can say, "I like simple shows," or "I watch videos to relax."
Exactly. Short answers are not bad answers. Short answers are honest answers. And when you feel ready, you can add one more sentence.